going on, guys? This is Card Warriors Magic, and I have a really cool trick, actually an original trick that I made up. So you guys want to tell me what you think of it after you see it, please do. And I'm going to go ahead and perform it, and then I will explain it later, okay? So right here on top of the pack, we have the Queen, the King, and the Ace of Spades, right? I'm going to go ahead and take these cards, the Queen, the King, and the Ace, right? And let's just put them in Ace, King, Queen order, and we'll mix them up just a little bit, okay? So let's say maybe one more. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this for now. So the top card of this is the Ace of Spades, okay? So the Ace of Spades is on top. I'm going to go ahead and set the Ace right here. And the next card on top is the King of Spades, right? So we're going to take the King and set it down right here, okay? I want you to keep track of the King, okay? So which one do you think the King is? This one? No, in fact, that one has changed into the Ace because the King was here the whole time, right? So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and take the Ace, slip it on bottom, and the King is now on top, right? So I have the King right here. I'm going to go ahead and take that, set it right here, and then I have the Queen right here. So go ahead and keep track of the Queen, okay? So where is the Queen, okay? Right here? No, in fact, the Queen has changed into the King because the Queen was right here the whole time. So you know what? Let's try this one last time. I'm going to go ahead and set the King right here, okay? And now we have the Queen on top. So last try, let's go ahead and have you keep track of the Ace of Spades, right? I'm going to do this very slowly. Watch. So which one do you think is the Ace of Spades? Right here? No, the Queen shows up right here because the Ace of Spades was here the whole time. And you know what? Last of all, we're going to go ahead and take these cards, set them right on top of the deck, and I'm going to try to just take, you know what? Let's just go ahead and take the Ace of Spades, right? Let's just take that Ace and we'll throw it right in the middle, right? I want you to see it visibly going in. But if I snap, you see these cards are so strong that they will not be separated. Okay guys, that was the trick, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain how this trick works. Now please tell me what you thought of it below. If you liked it, be sure to thumb up the video. But I think it's a pretty cool trick. I performed it on a couple people and fooled them, but just please tell me, whoa, that was really bad, I'm sorry. Just please tell me what you think below, and I'm going to go ahead and explain how to do it. So what you need, you're obviously going to have the Ace of Spades, the King of Spades, and the Queen of Spades. Technically this works with any three cards. I just like having three that people can easily keep track of and remember. And there are no gaff cards, but the trick is, instead of having three cards, I had four. Now the fourth card can be completely random. So at all the setup you need for this trick, the spectator thinks you have three cards, these three, right? But in fact, you're hiding a random card the whole time. So I'll explain how this works. So to begin the trick, go ahead and have a setup like this. The setup with the Queen, King, and Ace is perfectly fine because they know that you told them that, so they don't think there's anything fishy with that. But have a random card behind it so that on top of the pack you have a Queen, King, Ace, and then an Eight of Hearts. I like having them in the Queen, King, Ace order, not Ace, King, Queen. So just do the setup just like this. And then you're going to catch a pinky break under all of them. So a 4-card pinky break. You can do the pinky count if you guys want. But for the sake of the trick, I'll just go ahead and explain how you could do it any other way. or you could just thumb up the back like so. But you're going to go ahead and lift up the whole packet as one. So now you have 4 cards. Pull off the queen, say, okay, there's the queen, there's the king, and then you have the ace with another card behind it, right? So you're going to hold this as 1, and then just take it and flip it over, okay? So now on top of the pack, you have these 4. Go ahead, pick all of them up, all 4 as one, not as one, because they think there are 3, and then go ahead and show, okay, look, I have the queen right here, drop the queen, the king right here, drop the king, and then try to make the ace look as much as one card as you possibly can. I like doing spins and stuff because the more you do with one card and the more that you feel comfortable with it, the more other people feel comfortable being one card. Because again, they don't know that there's 2 cards, they just think it's one. So if you just act natural with it, they won't have any suspicion. Just don't hold it like you're trying to crush it and keep it straight. Just don't draw attention to it and it will be fine. So go ahead, put the king right here, put the queen right here, and then go ahead and just give them a little mix up. Now they think they're 3 cards, so they think it's being mixed up, but I just did this 8 times and that completely maintains the order. So if you just take the card on top, put it on bottom, 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 the order has just remained the same, right? And then I do that one more time, put it on bottom, put it on bottom, put it on bottom, put it on bottom, and the order remains the same again, right? So that's how you do that first part. And then you're going to go ahead, just do a double lift and say, look, I have the ace on top, okay? So for this trick, I did a variety of double lifts because if you keep doing the same one, people are going to catch on. So I did a riffle up the back thumb like that, just held it out. I did a turnover like so. I'm not sure the exact names. And I also did a like sort of fancy card twirl thing. Just a variety of different ones is always good. So just do a double lift. Put the ace down here. In actuality, you're placing the random card right here. Do another double lift, right? You have the ace right here right now. And then say, okay, I'm going to place down the king, keep track of the king, but this is the ace, right? So mix those up. Say keep track of the king, but they think this is the king, and say, look, no, the ace has switched places with the king, and then we don't want to show them this card since it's random. So go ahead and take this back and say, look, the other card was the king by just doing another double lift. So you put this on, do another double lift, okay? Now you repeat this cycle 3 times. Put the ace on bottom, do another double lift, put the king down, right? Do another double lift, put the queen down, and tell them to keep track of the queen. Always tell them to keep track of the second card that is shown. Mix it up a little bit. Say keep track of the queen. They think this is the queen, but no, in fact, it's the king. And then you can do another double lift and show the queen was back here, right? Place the king on bottom. And you want to feel as open as you can with this. So just show all the cards because you really have nothing. Don't show that one. But you really don't have anything to hide from them because it's supposed to be 3 cards, so don't act like it's 4. And then for the last cycle, again, do a double lift. Whoops, place the card, the queen here. Do another double lift. Say keep track of the ace this time, so they're going to keep track of a different card each time. Say keep track of the ace. Do it one more time, and then they think this is the ace, but no, it's the queen. And then put this one on top. And say it's the ace, and then again each time you're just going to place this one on the bottom. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and put that on top. Do one last double lift and say, look, the ace is on top, and then you want to get rid of this card, right? So just say, okay, look, these cards are so strong that even if I take the ace, put it in, you'll notice that the 3 cards just jump right back. So that's the trick. That's basically how you do it. And just a little bit of a tip. Occasionally, people might have this happen. So let's do not a king. Here we go. So let's go ahead and just pull out a random card, right? And then you're going to say, again, you'd be doing the thing, look, here's the ace, put that down. Look, here's the other card, put that down. Now, occasionally on the third time, after doing the cycle twice, and then doing it a third time, people are going to get suspicious, so they're going to choose this card, right? What do you do if that happens? So there are a couple things you can do. I like if once you get to the third time, actually mix them up a lot faster, make them keep track of it harder, and that way people don't think you can be doing something. Also, here's the card. Let's say they wanted to not choose this one because they know that's going to be wrong and they wanted to choose this one. What you can do, just go ahead and say, oh, you think this one was the, what was it in this case? The king, right? Oh, you think this one was the king? Well, good job, because you actually got it right. It's honestly okay to admit that someone got it right, but they'll still be wowed because they'll be like, well, I normally thought the king was here, so how did it get over here? That's how you would do that in that case, and then you're back to normal. So again, the king would be here, the queen would be here. Keep track of the queen. They're just going to be weird and pick this one to be the queen, either because they really lost their memory or because they just want to see if they can trick you. Just say, hey, that's pretty good. Put it on top, do a double lift, say, look, you got the queen. The king was actually here. So even if people think they figured it out, they really, in a way, don't, simply because, you know, that just doesn't make sense how I could show the king, put it here, show the queen, put it here, and then they switch places. Even if they guess it, they still, in their minds, are like, I guessed it, but how did he make it switch places? So I hope that makes a little sense. I think it's a really cool trick. Sorry for the long explanation, but it's more of a routine because it has 4 phases, the 3 card switch phases with the double lifts, and then the final, they come back together, right? And then it jumps back, that sort of thing. So please tell me in the comments what you guys think. I think it's a pretty cool trick, but yeah, so go ahead and leave a like on this video, and please be sure to subscribe, guys. Thanks so much.